What's up, guys? So I've had these Chinese Supermoto wheels on the DRZ400 for a couple weeks now, and we're gonna put the bike up on the motorcycle lift and we're gonna take a look at them. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so here we are with the bike up on the lift, and I guess we'll go ahead and start with the front wheel since it is the closest. As far as the tires did come with it. So far they've been really good. They've been wearing good, I guess. I've put maybe 250 miles on them, a few trips to work, and then riding around town a little bit, and you can see they still got one of the little knobs on it from the whiskers or whatever you want to call them, like these right here. And they've been wearing pretty good. No odd things about them. They don't ride weird or anything like that. The brand of them is CST, and the model of them is they're Mag Sports. But CST is Changshin Tire, and after doing a little research, that is the parent company to Maxxis Tire, which makes a lot of high-end racing tires. And Maxxis is CST's premium brand, so they make all the lightweight racing tires, whereas the CST tires that are branded CST, they are their more everyday ride tires, you know, like daily drivers. You're going to get the most wear for your money out of them, and they're not the really lightweight compound like most racing tires have. So yeah, the tires have been great. No issues with those. They've been great. The tubes in them have been great. Of course, haven't taken it out, but I've not had to put any more air in them other than me airing them up the one time, and it's been good. The wheel's been great. The finish on it's been great. They are a little bit dusty, as you can see. Kind of rode through a little bit of white chat gravel and kind of dusted them up, so they could use a bit of a clean. You'll notice some wear right here. This was all blue when I got it, but that's completely my fault. Nothing to the bike or to the wheel manufacturer or the assembly or anything like that. It was my own fault. Basically, this kit comes with two spacers that you can see right in this diagram. So we got this spacer on the end right there, number 7, and we got one over here, number 5. Those, you want to use both of those if you're not going to use your stock Speedo drive gear for your stock gear. So if you're going to use a Trail Tech speedometer and you're going to have the magnet going around or whatever, you're not going to use this. You're going to use both of your spacers. Well, I pretty much looked at this sheet, and you can see that the brake goes on this. The brake rotor goes on this side, and this side would be your speedometer side, but it's actually flipped if you look at it on the bike. So, but anyway, I grabbed the wrong spacer, put the wrong spacer in, and it felt kind of tight, and I was thinking something was weird, but I went ahead and took it down outside, and I kind of rode it just up the road, and I'm like, something's not right. So I brought it back in, realized I put the wrong spacer in. So don't make that mistake, because one side will have a 26mm spacer, the other side is going to have that 27.9, and I put the 26 where the 27 should have been. And yeah, it rubbed. It didn't hurt anything. Basically, it just left those rub marks, and that kind of sucks. But you know, you live, you learn. This is the first set of Supermoto wheels I've dealt with, and completely my fault. So other than that, everything's been great. I went ahead and Loctited all my bolts. Putting this on was kind of a pain because of how tight it is to get the Supermoto wheel in here with the caliper. So basically what I had to do was take all these bolts out of the rotor, slide the rotor forward, put this in, bolt it on, and then I'd slide this into the caliper and then bolt it all up, and then I got it to fit. And that's the way a lot of Supermoto guys do their Supermoto wheels, unless you got a really nice caliper where the brake pads slide in from the back. This one's stock caliper, and they do not slide in from the back, so it's a pain. And as far as the finish on here, when I was putting that caliper in before I did that rotor move thing where I moved that out of the way, I was kind of banging it up against this finish. I mean, pretty good bangs, and it did not scratch it, didn't chip it, didn't do anything. And all my spokes are still great, still tight, no issues. I've been checking the rim and the hub for any kind of cracking from riding, and I have not noticed anything. It has been absolutely perfect. So I go to the back wheel. Basically it's about the same deal here. Tires have been wearing great, the wheels have been great, a little bit dusty and dirty, but there is no signs of any kind of cracking, any wear. All the spokes are still tight, and I do have a nice truing stand, and I also have a spoke caliper or a spoke torque wrench, so I can check all the torque on them still, and everything is still right in spec, and it's good to go. The rotors are good back here, no abnormal wearing. I'm still using my stock brake pads because they've got a lot of wear left on them, and they've been good. As far as the sprocket over there, it's been good. I'm still using my 112 link chain for my S model setup. I had a 47 in the rear, 15 in the front. Still have the 15 in the front, and now we're with the 44 in the rear, and you're able to use your same chain size. So on my adjuster here, I was at a 1 with the 47-44, and when I put the 47-15, my stock setup on my S, I was at the 1 setting, and when I put the 44 in the rear of the Supermoto, I moved it to a notch below the 5, and it's been perfect. No abnormal wear, other than the little bit of issue with most Supermoto wheels. When you go to a really wide wheel, it has a little bit of rubbing here, you can see. And if you want to know how to eliminate some of that can be due to your chain tightness, which my chain's set pretty good. It's not over loose, it's not over tight. It's set to the 2.5 or whatever. I think it's 2.5 setting. But what you can do to eliminate that is get the Supermoto chain, the chain slider here, whatever you want to call it, chain guide, and it will have a larger piece right here that comes up, and that keeps your chain from going over too far. So a lot of that happens when you're shifting gears and your chain's slapping around and that kind of thing. It'll rub your tire, but it's not really hurting it. No big issues, but it's actually been really good. So anyway, that's just about all I gotta say about them. They've been great, they've rode great, everything is still good on them. If I have any issues, I'll definitely make a video about it. But yeah, I've still got the bike in full adventure gear because I have another ride coming up here in May. This ride right here that I do every year, this is the one that I did in 2017, and there's the one from 2018, and now we're going to do the one for 2019, so we'll have another sticker there. And then of course we always do the loose nut rides. Those are great rides. This year that ride is going to be in Kentucky, so that's where I'll be heading. I'll be taking the moto van right there for that. That's my camping van, and I'll have the DRZ on the back, and we'll be doing that ride. So yeah, we'll be looking forward to that ride in May. I'll be putting the dirt wheels back on for that one because it's all gravel road, and I do not want to ride street tires through the gravel, although it's quite possible, but it won't be fun. So I'll definitely not be doing that. But yeah, we're still set up in full adventure gear. So I've still got my Wolfman tank bag, my Wolfman rear bag, and my giant loop bags here. But I like these. I put these back on. These are my older bags because they got the tool pouch there. And the only reason I took them off is because the zipper stopped keeping water out. It wasn't great, but I've actually recently been putting wax in the zipper, which helps waterproof the zipper. And it's been really good so far. But I normally have my Wolfman rolly bags on the back. It's got like a saddle that goes across, and you can strap rolly bags to it that are made by Wolfman as well. They don't sell that setup anymore. They sell the rolly bags, but not the setup that I have to mount it to the bike. They've got some kind of new setup that I don't like as much. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to be doing that ride coming up in May is the next one. So that should be pretty fun. So anyway, if you're looking for some nice Supermoto wheels for cheap, definitely check these out. Like I said, I haven't put a ton of miles on them. I don't do any jumps in them. I really don't even wheelie a lot or at all if I can help it. So I can't tell you how they're going to hold up to that kind of abuse. But so far, just riding around doing, you know, trips down the highway on them. They're actually really great. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one.